Now, the teenager who bullied Lufuno Mavhunga should not be treated as a criminal. That's the plea from the ANC Youth League, Young League. The teen appears in court today, her lawyer requesting she be released into the care of her mother. Let's speak now to our reporter covering that story in Thohoyandou. I'm joined by Linda Kuhle-Xulu. Linda, tell us what the Youth League said, what happened in court. A plea really that there are many victims here.
Yes, that's right, Sally. The activists of the ANC Youth League were here in court today. We understand they've been in the province for quite some time, trying to mediate between the two families to meet and actually sort things out, the old traditional way of sitting down as families. But outside court here, their concern for the child that is alive is that they're saying that they do know that she acted in a manner that is not acceptable, but they are saying that there is an opportunity here to actually not punish, but to actually constructively deal with her. So they're saying that they do not want her to be used as a harsh example, and they are in fact calling for all stakeholders involved. They're saying that they've been speaking to community leaders in a form of traditional leaders as well as those from the religious organizations to say that they must come together and make sure that this child is saved. They're saying that Lufuno tragically passed away, but they are also calling for many members of the community to not crucify this child. They're saying that this is a life that needs to be saved, as she is in fact dealing with a lot at the moment. So they're saying that they are calling for her to actually be saved and to be made an example in society. But let's take a listen earlier on to one of the ANC activists just telling us more about what they wish should happen to the child who is in conflict with the law.
Ours is to call for reconciliation. It's unfortunate that a young child lost her life, but it's also now to try and save the life of the child who is still alive. The pressure that the child who's arrested has been getting is too much for that child, might be too much. So we're trying to navigate that to make sure that we save her life, but also to emphasize on the point that the bully herself, or the child that can be called the bully herself, might also be a victim of the failure and the systematic failure in our schools, of the lack of mental wellness institutions and the failure by government to implement what you call the schools health. It's integrated schools and health plan. So we are here then to try and see how can we push an African tradition of making sure that families can unite.
Yeah, we shouldn't forget we're talking about a 14-year-old child here. Have you had a chance to speak to any family members?
Not at all, Sally. The only people we are relying on at this stage is, of course, the NPA in terms of what is happening in court. And I can tell you, the latest from inside court is that this case has been postponed to the 28th and 29th of this month, so it's going to be next week. But one of the things we understand as a development here from outside court is the fact that the NPA is actually opposing the release of this child into her mother's custody. They are saying that it is in the interest of the child that she remains at the youth center where she is. They're saying she's under the care of many people capable of actually ensuring her safety as well as her wellness when it comes to psychologically. They're saying that mentally so. Social workers are always with her. They've been given tasks. They are being, monitored 24/7. But what they are saying is that because of certain events that took place, particularly around her safety, they believe that she is safe in the hands of the police. They haven't actually given us a sense of what exactly some of those events entail. But they're saying that at this stage they do believe that opposing bail is the best, or is in the best interest of the minor that is facing these charges of assault. Another development from last week, if I can quickly recap, is the issue of the state changing the charge from common assault to assault with intent to cause grievous bodily harm. But at this stage the state is saying that what they want is to protect the child, and they're saying the best way they can do it is in fact to remain here in the youth center in custody of the police.
Well, thank you so much, Linda Kuhle-Xulu, our reporter coming to us live from Thohoyandou in Limpopo.